Hello, I've got a song for you, and it's something I've been wanting to do for quite a long time now, thinking about doing this. I couldn't remember the first bit of it until I heard it before on Premier Radio, and I thought, yeah, that's the one I need to sing for you, because whatever you're going through, God understands, and he gives you the grace to carry through, to get through what you're going through now. These are the words of the song, and it says, "He giveth more grace when the burdens are greater. He giveth more strength when the labours increase. In added affliction he addeth his mercy. In multiplied trials his multiplied peace. His grace has no limit, his love has no measure, his power unceasingly known unto man. For when we've exhausted all earthly resources, he giveth and giveth and giveth again. When we have exhausted our earthly resources, when our strength has failed, ere the day is half done, when we have reached the end of our earthly resources, our Father's full giving is only begun." And then the chorus, "His grace has no limit." I don't know what you're going through today. Maybe, this time of with the COVID and people are grieving, people are fearful. But as a Christian, the Lord doesn't want us to be fearful, does he? He wants us to trust in him. He wants us to love him. He wants to believe in him. And Jesus knows what you're going through. Jesus is there with you, with his loving arms around you. We can't see Jesus, but we certainly know his presence. We feel his arms. We feel he is here with us. If we're walking by faith, though, we're not walking by what we can see or what we can feel, are we? We're going by what God's word says. And here's a Bible verse, and it's 2 Corinthians and chapter 12 and verse 9. And really this is the verse that the song is written about. "And God said unto me, My grace is sufficient for you, for my strength is made perfect." And Paul says, "Most gladly therefore will I rather glory in my infirmities, that the power of Christ may rest upon me." Paul had been telling the Corinthians, defending his apostleship and telling them some of the scary times he had in his life, sharing how he was hounded, really, and he was let down in a basket from one place so that he could escape the persecution that was coming. They were looking for him. And as you're a Christian, it's not going to be an easy road for you or me. But you see, we have to stand out from the crowd, don't we? We have to be bold for Jesus. And Paul suffered very much for Jesus. But I've proved this Bible verse, "My grace is sufficient for you," because it's in my own experience over and over again, the Lord has strengthened me. I felt strengthened. God has been absolutely wonderful and is wonderful. He really is. He gives me joy to wake up in the morning with. He gives me peace at night. He gives me a heart's rest. And somebody's asked me to write down why I can feel such joy when I wake up in the morning. Why have I got peace at night? And so I've got to answer her, get round to saying that text. And because I know that when we put Jesus first in our lives, then God blesses us. He really does bless us if we're obedient to what he tells us to do. Now I've got my little Lyre, and I'm going to put my Bible down now. But certainly I can say to you, God will not fail you. Never will fail you. He giveth more grace when the burdens grow greater. He giveth more strength when the labours increase. In added affliction, he addeth his mercy. In multiplied trials, his multiplied peace. His grace has no limit, his love has no measure, his power unceasingly known unto man. For when we've exhausted all earthly resources, he giveth and giveth and giveth and giveth, he giveth and giveth again. When we've reached the end of our earthly resources, when our strength has gone, ere the day is half done, when we've reached the end of our store of endurance, our Father's full giving is only begun. His love has no limit, his grace has no measure, his power abundantly known unto man. For when we've exhausted all earthly resources, he giveth and giveth and giveth and giveth, he giveth and giveth and giveth again. I'll do the chorus again. His love has no limit, his grace has no measure, his power abundantly known unto man. For when we've exhausted our earthly resources, he giveth and giveth and giveth again. Oh, I love him. Yes, I love him. Since for me he bled and died. Oh, I love him. Yes, I love him more than all the world beside. You know, Jesus really loves you. He knows what you're going through. He really cares for you. And he understands everything. And why don't you just say a prayer and ask Jesus to take over the reins of your life? You know, his grace is free for you. And it all comes through the cross of Calvary when he died on that cross. And his love abounds for you. So there's grace for every need. There's lots of Bible verses in the Bible about grace, God's grace, you know, but it all comes from the cross. It all comes from when Jesus died. Whatever you're going through, his strength is there for you. I can prove it. At my age, the Lord has given me amazing strength to continue doing all these. This is video number 102 in the last 12 months now. But people are being blessed, and I want you to be blessed today. Whoever you are, whatever you're going through, doesn't matter how difficult, how hard things are for you. You've got the great Creator looking after you when you cast all your care upon him, because he careth for you. God bless you.